Scientifically speaking, we're sharing the view. From labs to clinics, breakthrough shining through. With minds that inspire and stories to unfold. Scientifically speaking, the future's being told.
Welcome to Scientifically Speaking with Christine on Oz Arab Media. Today, we're diving into a topic that blends science, chemistry, psychology, and art, and we call it the science of beauty. Our guest is a true pioneer in the beauty industry, Chantel Rahme, a multi-award-winning HD airbrush makeup artist, senior educator, and the founder of CR Luxury Cosmetics. With over 24 years of experience and more than 6 industry awards under her belt, Chantel has become a global name in makeup design, brand innovation, and luxury cosmetic formulation. Let's explore how makeup, far from being just cosmetics, is actually a science, and how Chantel is rewriting the rules of beauty from Sydney to Los Angeles. Chantel, welcome to the club.
Hi, Christine. Thank you for having me.
Of course. Well, the show is so proud to have people like you. We are so proud to have you on board. So thank you so much for your time and effort for today. Let's dig in straight away. What inspired you to have your own line, the CR Luxury Cosmetics?
Wow. I've been a makeup artist for 15 years when I created the brand. And to be honest, I do a lot of product research. When I'm putting products into my kit, I only want the best in my makeup kit. And when it came to lipstick, I love lips. Lips, I think, major focus on the face. Even if you have nothing else on, it stands out. And I did find that when I was, using lipsticks on my clients and buying certain brands and putting them on, there was a massive gap.
Right.
That's the best way to put it. There was a massive gap in the industry where if I put a lipstick on and I put that lipstick on the client, it just doesn't. So rather than, sort of carrying 100 different shades to suit clients, I thought, hold on. There's a gap in the market. There's nothing available. I went out, I researched, I checked. There's really nothing that formulates with someone's actual skin tone.
Amazing.
So I thought, you know what? There's a gap in the market. Let's work on it.
Amazing. Can you walk us through the scientific and creative process of formulating your gel-based lipsticks?
Wow. Obviously, I'm a makeup artist.
Right.
With a law background, but I am not a scientist.
Okay.
I'm not a cosmetic person.
Yeah.
So I'm like, how do I do this? I don't want something that's generic. I don't want something that other brands have. So to be honest, it took me 3 years.
Wow.
3 years in getting the product launched and completed. But I worked really closely with cosmetic chemists, back and forth and
to make sure everything is going well.
Everything is going well. And within that time frame, working with ingredients and adding this ingredient and removing this and working with TGA, regulations and things like that. So I did find myself becoming a
scientist,
a cosmetic scientist. At one point, I wouldn't have ever experienced in just going in and buying cosmetic lipstick from the store.
Amazing. So, speaking of the cosmetic lipsticks in the store, what sets a scientifically formulated product like yours apart from others in the market that are simply, sometimes rebranded or repackaged?
Yeah, I mean, rebranding, repackaging has become quite popular because it's probably the more cost-effective way of starting your own brand.
Yeah.
I work a little bit differently. I work a little bit more, I have a lot more loyalty to who I'm selling my products. I've created my brand and my product, my formulas, my packaging from scratch. You will not see another brand with the packaging or the formula at all.
The quality and
the quality, the luxury, and also the formulation. So the standard rebranding ones, they do the job. So if you're after something that does the job, it's perfect. If you're after innovative and technology, is where CR
comes in.
Yeah.
Amazing. Makeup is often seen as just a color or coverage, but there's real chemistry involved like even if we say the scientific chemistry or the bond kind of chemistry, what key ingredients or formulations were most important in catering your skin-friendly products?
Yeah, 100%. I was looking at things that were safe. So I didn't want lead in my products. I didn't want certain ingredients that would mimic other brands as well. So trying to find the base ingredient and an ingredient that's going to work with the technology that I was after, where it changes with the skin tone.
Right.
It's revolutionary. There's not a lipstick product out there that changes with the pH level of a person's skin.
That's amazing, isn't
So
it?
yeah, so I guess
You think you're putting orange and then it goes more into the pink shades with your skin.
Not necessarily that
Yeah.
to that extent,
Right.
but for a lot of people that I know, let's just use red lipstick as an example.
Yeah.
They go, I'd love to wear red lipstick. I've never really found a red lipstick that suits me. That is what I got in the first 15, 16 years of being a makeup artist.
Right.
Oh, I'm too scared to wear these, or the nude lipstick that I use doesn't really suit me, makes me look washed out.
Yeah.
And I was like, hold on. Why is there not a product that works with the pH
Oh, okay.
of our lips
Nice.
and therefore works with our skin tone? So that's where the gel-based lipsticks
If you can take us a little bit into the steps or the scientific background behind it, how does the pH balance or the oil absorption and the pigmentation, the concentration of it, how do they all affect really the performance of makeup?
It's very much. There's a process called oxidizing, which any sort of a makeup artist that's makeup process over the years will know that oxidizing generally is for foundation, where the product starts to deepen or change on the skin as someone's heat level changes. So as you get hot, your foundation generally does go darker. It's a fact.
Wow.
Yeah.
Okay.
So I've tried to mimic that oxidizing formula or technology, I should say, which has never been done in a lipstick.
Oh.
Generally more of a foundation. So we went back and studied and scientifically and with the cosmetic manufacturer that I was working with, we did a lot of study in the heat of the lips, what produces in the lips. It goes back to what your lips produce to then do the oxidizing procedure to then change the shade of lipstick. So pretty much what I wanted to do is have a lipstick that you put on, but given 15 or 20 minutes, it actually starts to suit your skin tone.
Oh, wow.
Like,
I know, like...
right.
Ta-da!
Even when I said to you almost half an hour ago,
Yeah.
I put my lipstick on, it was a lot more brighter. By the time I got here parked, it was a lot more blended with my olive skin.
Amazing. Chantel, airbrush makeup is also another specialty of yours.
Yeah.
What's the science behind achieving a flawless red carpet view or finish in the method?
I'm so proud to be one of Australia's best airbrush makeup artists.
Amazing. We're proud to have you too.
Airbrushing is just phenomenal. It's sweat-proof, amazing for long days. I use it a lot in photo shoots, especially if I'm having the model, go underwater or come out of a pool or a beach or anything like that. Does not move, right?
Nice.
Nothing runs, but also your day-to-day events. Makes you look flawless, and it is extremely lightweight. Looks like you've got nothing on.
Oh.
You know that I just woke up like that look.
Oh, yeah.
Is
The no
airbrushing.
makeup on.
The no makeup, you look flawless, lasts really long. And the technology behind it is the compressor. So we don't use normal foundation. It's foundation that's been formulated for the compressor, and I then spray the product onto the skin. It's not that simple. What I pop to prep the skin before is how the foundation goes on. So it's a step process from the skin prep to what goes on first, to the spraying process, to then how I blend it into the skin. So I've got little things that I alter in my compressor. I don't always just use foundation. I mix them. I think that's my secret.
Of course, secret ingredients.
So that I mix things up all the
Fair
time.
enough, of course.
Yeah.
Being someone who worked with celebrities like you just mentioned, public figures and models, how have you seen makeup influence their confidence, their mindset and their presence?
I mean, makeup is it's a number one confidence thing.
Right.
I mean, I do need to say I don't think women need makeup to feel confident.
Fair enough.
So I really love women to just love and be present in who they are.
Yeah.
But it does bring out.
It boosts it, doesn't it?
It boosts when you look good, your under eyes are covered, you don't look as tired as you feel.
Right.
You know, you look snatched because, you know, you've got the nice contouring done, so the cheeks look really slim, and we all love to
Of course.
look slim. So, yeah.
Amazing. Do you believe there's a psychological science behind choosing a certain color, like the lipstick, for different occasions?
100%. 100%. Some people are more comfortable with certain tones only because they haven't had the opportunity to expand outside of their comfort zone.
Right.
And when they do, they notice a difference. A lot of people go to me, I can't wear red lips.
Yes.
And I'm like,
I feel the same.
why can't you wear red lips?
I don't know. I just feel like a clown, like they say.
Exactly. And why is that? Because you put in the wrong shade on,
there
or you're
you go.
going immediately too bright. So a lot of people, you don't need to put your lipstick on straight on like that.
Right.
It ends up being too heavy, too bright, and then what happens? We get the reverse effect. You end up being uncomfortable. You can always just pat it on just to stain your lip. That's it.
I should experience that.
I think we need to. I think next time I come in, you'll...
Hopefully, it's my honor, definitely. Tell me, Chantel, what is about your lipstick that connects so deeply with your clients beyond the product itself?
Listen, I created the brand. It wasn't something to make money. It wasn't something to, you know, just expand business. Each and every single client of mine over the last 24 years have impacted me in some way. Whether it's, you know, the stories that I hear or their lifestyle or whatever is going on. So putting all those experiences together, have a little bit of the lipstick in them, if that sort of makes sense.
Fair enough, yes.
Yeah, it's
So
more of an emotional...
Amazing. So would you
Yeah.
look at a color or a style and say, yes, I remember this person one day?
Always.
With that, yeah.
All the
wow.
time. Absolutely all the time.
That is
and
amazing.
sometimes someone will come to me with a certain image that they want and it is not suited whatsoever. And I explain to
Yeah.
them, listen, I'll do it. I'm happy to do it exactly like the picture, but you're going to look...
Different than the picture, basically.
Yeah, so it's not going to suit you. So I always
Yes.
mention that I'll adapt those things to suit their personality so then they look good. And ultimately, that's what they're coming.
Amazing.
Yeah.
You also, through all of this experience, definitely have the education in you. So being a senior makeup educator, how does it bring science and artistry together for the teaching approach if you're trying to teach someone makeup?
Well, teaching makeup is not just about application.
Right.
So when I do have my students, when I am training students, I've trained at Sydney TAFE. We've done one-off masterclasses, Melbourne, Sydney, Los Angeles, and I always start with technology. I don't start with brands. I don't believe in what's going viral is what you need to go and purchase. That's a different kind of marketing tactic.
Yeah.
But I do educate very much with regards to ingredients, alcohol, and too much alcohol, for example, on a dry skin, strip the skin. And I always come back to the base of a makeup application, and that's to look at the skin and actually make a decision, make a professional decision on what products should be used on that skin. And to be able to do that, you need to be educated in ingredients and what's in certain products. Not just, I'm going to use this foundation because it's gone viral and it's great and I use it on all my clients.
Get ready with me and all
Do you
that.
get what I mean? Like
Yeah.
it's not, I don't have this one set.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It does make sense. How important is it for young makeup artists and entrepreneurs as well to understand the why behind the product and not the how to use it?
Again, that just perfectly what I just said now.
Yeah.
Why? It's because it needs to suit the person's skin.
Right.
Not just suit their skin tone. It needs to suit their skin. Like skincare is massive in what I
As
do.
well, yeah.
So if you've got dry skin and you try and pop certain foundation on there that's oil free, for example, or for dry skin, you're just going to make that person look cakey. So the why and the education or the mental education in choosing the correct products to go on the skin is what helps with having the correct achievement.
That is very interesting. You want me to learn makeup now?
Come on, Christine.
So tell me, Chantel, where would our listeners discover more about the CR products as the cosmetic products or about your journey? Where can they find you?
Yeah, 100%. I've got several YouTube interviews that are on there, but my Instagram at Chantel Rahme,
Of course.
and also my website chantelrahme.com, and it's got both myself professionally as an artist and the lipstick range on the one site.
Amazing. Before I close, tell me a little secret for us Arab Media. Any new products for C
Oh,
coming up?
cheeky. You didn't tell me you were going to be asking that one.
No, yeah.
I do. I've been in the works now, honestly, over 3.5 years. I've extended it more than I've needed
Amazing.
to. So I do have some
Real good products out there.
amazing things that are
And
coming
what's your
out.
website?
ChantelRahme.com. Easy.
Easy, ChantelRahme.com. That's
it.
Amazing.
Very simple.
Well, we're looking forward to trying them. Chantel, I'd like to thank you so much for this lovely interview. It was very deep into the artistic part of science, and your time and effort really proves the luxury isn't just all about glamour. So thank you for being here today.
No problem. Thank you so much for having me, and it's my pleasure to be on Oz Arab Media.
Oh, thank you. Thank you so much. And before we go, I just would like to tell our listeners, if you've ever wondered what goes into the products that you use daily, or if you're simply passionate about makeup and beauty, make sure to check out CR Luxury Cosmetics. Until next time.